What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's a chilly winter's day here in Findlay, Ohio, and I'm hanging out in the beer shed, getting ready to check out a new beer. Now, the beer I have today is Murphy's Irish Stout, and this is a beer I will say I have had before, but when I checked on Untappd, it looked like the last time I had this was 2014. So it's been 10 years since I've had a Murphy's, man. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a bit strange. Now, I will say, I grew up, my family they live in England. My family's ethnically Irish. My grandfather is from Ireland. And, there's a bit of a split, I guess, on what stout you drink. So my family tends to be Guinness drinkers. And I can remember years ago being in England with my father. And I guess this is back when you had tide houses. So different pubs only sold certain beers. And I remember just thinking, like, let's go to the closest pub. Who cares? And my dad saying, no, we're going to keep walking because he wanted to go to the ones that actually had Guinness instead of Murphy's. So, it was always kind of the second stout in my mind. Now, this says that it's, when you look this up on Untappd, it says that it's from Heineken, but it says Heineken, Ireland, and claims that it's made in County Cork. But when I look on the can here, it says it's made in Edinburgh, Scotland. So, I guess maybe there's multiple locations there. Now, stats-wise, this is 4% ABV, so relatively light, 34 IBUs. Ratings-wise, does okay, 3.50 on Untappd, 3.76 on Beer Advocate. Now, this is a nitro can here. We got a little widget in there. So I'm going to try to give it the hard pour and let it do its thing. It's going to have to settle for a minute or so. Now, there's an art to this if it's a Guinness, right? And when you go to different pubs, people will measure the head and see how, they move it side to side and see if it comes up out of the glass, all kinds of neat stuff. I don't think we're really going to get that with the widget can here. But we do get that beautiful cascade that you probably think about with Guinness, but this one's also doing it as well. And you kind of see it, it looks light and creamy at the top, and it's kind of sinking down to the bottom as it gets darker and does its thing. Now, this is a Guinness glass that I did liberate from a pub in London. So I don't know, maybe this is sacrilege pouring the Murphy's into a Guinness glass, but I thought it would be funny, so what the heck. Now, the can here does have a bit of information on it. Murphy's Stout has been brewed to the same unique recipe since 1856. We pride ourselves in only using the top ingredients of pale malt, chocolate malt, roasted barley, and hops. Murphy's offers you that uniquely smooth, creamy, and wonderfully palatable, full-bodied stout flavor with roasted chocolate and coffee undertones and a biscuity sweet malt aroma. And it says to serve at 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I got this out of the fridge at my local shop. I don't know what temp they keep it out, but it's been cold. And I bought it out here. Usually I like to let my stout sit a little bit. Like, fridge temp is slightly too cold for me. I like them a little bit warmer. I think you pick up the aromas more, and I think you taste it. The flavors are more pronounced, in my opinion, when it's a little bit warm. Now, it says pour at a 45-degree angle, which I suppose we did. Let it settle, then drink. The ingenious floating drought flow or draft flow system enables you to enjoy the creamy head of Murphy's from a can. Unchilled cans may overflow. All right. We also have some other serving size stuff in here. Serving size 12 fluid ounces, which is completely bizarre. This is a 14.9 fluid ounce can. So I don't know if the other 2.9 ounces is the widget, or if they expect me to drink a serving of this as 12 and save another 2.9 ounces for another strange drink. Servings per container. No, it is 1.25 servings per container. How bizarre. Could have kept reading. Calories 124, carbs 10 grams, fat 0, fat-free food, and protein 2 grams. So, is what it is. Let's give it a shot. As to the color, it's quite dark, obviously. I would say black. It's going to be 40, 41 plus. The head, we've got 2 fingers here of the nice nitro, creamy, smooth head. And I'd say it's tan or khaki colored. Now, I'm not going to dare do the thing. I'm in a Guinness group on Facebook, and they always pour it to the side like this to watch the head come up, and it kind of just sits there like a blob. I don't know, maybe this would do it. I fear I'm going to wear it if I do, so we'll leave it at that. Head looks magnificent. It looks like a nitro beer should, so hooray for that. Smell, I think they said biscuity aroma. Biscuity sweet malt aroma. I don't know if I agree with that. I think you get a slight roasty smell to it. I don't know, maybe if you're making biscuits out of something dark instead of the way we make biscuits in the U.S., maybe it's different. Or if they mean biscuits like cookies, that could be it as well. When I hear biscuits, I think of breakfast food like biscuits and gravy biscuits. They could mean cookie sweetness. Maybe that's what they mean. I think it's slightly roasty, slightly sweet. That's kind of it. Not a very strong smell. Smells good. Let's give it a shot. Cheers. Or should I say cilantro? Now, first things first, I thought it said on here a full-bodied stout. They're out of their mind if they think this is full-bodied. This is medium at best. Probably similar to Guinness. Guinness might be slightly lighter than this. And for me, light body on a stout is usually a killer. I don't really care for it. I prefer a more full-bodied stout. That being said, if they're more dessert stouts, I prefer them big, sweet, full. If it's something like it's a dry stout, I guess I can live with it being a little less. I wouldn't say this is full-bodied at all. I would say medium, and that's probably pushing it. Middle of medium, not even high end of medium. But doesn't distract. It's still pretty solid. Taste. I think you definitely get some light coffee. You definitely get some roasty malt. It's smooth as can be because it is a nitro beer. I mean, it delivers on everything you'd expect in that regard. I know it says chocolate. I don't really get chocolate out of this. There are a number of stouts that you pick up chocolate and it's very pronounced. I think this is more coffee than chocolate. And if there is chocolate, maybe it's a dark chocolate, more that kind of slight bitter, sweet kind of thing going on. But it's pretty decent. I'm trying to see what else they said here. Roasted chocolate and coffee. Coffee, yeah. Chocolate to a lesser extent. And if you do, again, bitter, biscuity, sweet aroma. We agree to disagree on that, my brothers. So, all in all, decent beer. Now, I guess the million-dollar question is, would I prefer this or Guinness? I will take Guinness all day, but I'm probably biased in that regard. I grew up drinking Guinness. My family drinks almost exclusively Guinness, my uncles and everything. So I'm probably biased, but I would say Guinness is better. But this is still solid. I wouldn't turn this down by any stretch of the imagination. It's a decent dry stout. Not the most exciting, not the most flavorful. But if you're into nitro beers, it kind of does what it's supposed to there. And if you like more traditional dry Irish stouts, it fits the bill. Now, today, a lot of our stouts are, crazy in different directions, either coffee or big-time chocolate or dessert kind of things. This isn't any of those. So if you're looking for that, look elsewhere. If you're looking for a traditionally made Irish stout, dry one, this fits the bill. 4% ABV makes this very sessionable. You could tip quite a few pints of this. And I got 3 more in the fridge. Maybe I will. But solid beer. So Murphy's Stout by Heineken. Heineken Ireland, technically. Big thumbs up. I like this. I would have another one of these for sure. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Have you had Murphy's or have you forgot about it for a while? This is one of those beers like Boddington's, which I think they just discontinued, that I used to drink quite a bit, decades ago. But as the craft beer scene exploded and more international beers are available, I kind of passed them over because they're something that you kind of see pretty commonly, so I don't think they're a big deal. And now I think maybe I shouldn't just ignore those beers. Give them a shot once in a while. So for the first time in 10 years, glad to try another Murphy's. Hey, till next time. Cheers.